Welcome into the Cafe Nightly Show. I got a little bit of phlegm that caught in there in a second. Apologize about that. Welcome to the Cafe Nightly Show. I'm your host, the Goldsmith. And today is the 24th of May, 2024. It is a very special day. It's a very special day because I have the one and only Elijah Judah, Uplander of the Year, 2024 nominee, to talk about Genesis Week, to talk about being nominated Uplander of the Year, to be talk about the Real Note LA. That's a new topic. Haven't talked about that before. No, to talk about the Real Note LA and all the things he's been working on, both in and out of Layer 1 Upland. He's got some stuff in Layer 1 Upland. He's got stuff in Layer 2 Upland, obviously, when we talk about the Real Note LA and some spatial stuff, and what he's got coming up in the future and cooking in the future, and of course, just a celebration, obviously, of the nomination and of the fact that he's going to be in Genesis Week this year, something that I wished he was last year. He wasn't able to, and very excited that he'll be here this year. So 1, 2, 3, magic camera, go. There you are, Elijah. Thank you so much for being here tonight.
Thanks for having me. What up, everybody? What up, Upland? What up, Goldsmith?
Hey. Glad to have you. Thank you so much. Like I said, a lot to talk about. I mean, from the tip to the top, really, Genesis Week is the big focus I want to talk about tonight. Real Note LA is the heart and soul of all that. Obviously, tied into Real Note LA is the community building and everything else you do there. And but I just want to get the lay of the land to start out, just to get you in here, to thank you for being here. Tell me a little bit about giving that 3-minute elevator pitch that nobody else or somebody else who hasn't ever heard of the Real Note LA. I know there's like 4 people in the world who haven't heard about it. Tell me a little bit about it to get started.
Okay, cool, man. Thanks again for having me on.
Yeah.
I definitely enjoy the show, coming out, hanging out, listening. This is typically past my bedtime, but I hang in as good as I can, No, but the elevator pitch for the Real Note LA is something that we've been planning for a long time. The Real Note is an immersive full community. It's a large area, so it's not compressed into a small area. It's in a large area, 7,900 properties, giving vast opportunity for all kinds of meta ventures and businesses of varieties. So and the prices are pretty fair to get in there. But as far as what we're doing in layer 1 and layer 2, we're manufacturing. Just opened up a structure ornament shop. It's a whole row of manufacturers, and you're going to see Matilda has a showroom right there. Matilda just came to Upland, so Matilda has a showroom right in that same area. It's a manufacturing area. You see Matilda Arcade just right near the core area. You have with us, what we're doing is we're bringing all of the assets from El Sereno into layer 2. So if you have your assets on your property or whatever you have, we're bringing that into layer 2, and we're trying to add utility to those map assets. So as far as we're working with each individual manufacturer. I've talked to different community members about adding different life to their map assets. One in particular is Agency. Agency has a helmet from Agency has his own thing going on, but he has a Stadium Chasers. I slipped my mind for 1 second.
No,
Sorry, but Stadium Chasers. Well, we back. Stadium Chasers. But he has this helmet that goes along with it. So I talked to him about possibly adding a script to it in layer 2. Whereas it could be a trampoline effect, helping you jump on top of the property, helping your avatar jump on top of the property and get a better viewing space of the race, and possibly put a seating area on top of the structure. But they're the exact map assets and the structures from Upland. So I just talked to the person that does our downloads. We have a download coming in. So if you have anything as of yesterday on your property, then that'll be in this next rendition of the Real Note. Of course, this is an ongoing map. It's growing, and there's a social space, man. People to bring their businesses. Blue Rain has a business. It's like a transition in the Genesis Week, man. But Blue Rain has a business that on Etsy, Next Top Boss, and so she makes all kinds of things. But this hoodie I got from her, check it out. Let me see, Real Node LA hoodie. Uh, and look at the back. The back, when you scan the QR code, it takes you right into layer 2. So and guess what? We're gonna be giving these away at Genesis Week. We got these are unique hoodies. There's a total of 5. So I'm gonna have 4 of them. I'll be giving away at Genesis Week. You have to come to the table. So in honor of Sparklets Gives You Wings, what we're gonna do is have an airplane making competition. So you have to make a paper airplane out of a normal 8x10 piece of paper. I'm gonna have the paper, but you're gonna make an airplane and you're gonna compete against me. And if your airplane can beat mine, then you win the hoodie. So obviously you have to get to the table fast. You have to
or you're a really good airplane maker and nobody's gonna win it. It's one or the other.
Right. So check it out. Check out the hoodie. Come on over. This is made out of nice quality, but it's yours if you can make that send plane and compete. So back to the neighborhood, man. So her actual store is in the mall. We have a mall in the Real Node neighborhood, the first mall in the metaverse in Upland. Not the first mall in the metaverse, but obviously we're transitioning, working to get that mall turned into an actual structure, and then actually running through nowhere.io and having it be an actual immersive experience. So we're working differently, but Blue Rain has a store in there that you can actually look at the different products she has. I like to say different community members will be selling their stuff. We have in the mall, there's 3D map assets. So people that manufacture map assets, different community members in Upland, they have kiosks in the mall. They're and they have 3D objects. So they can actually, you can walk around their assets. HG Collective, which is Coach Funk and Evergreen Lasher, they have these lawn ornaments that they brought to the mall. And when you go in with VR, you can actually walk around these Upland objects. And they're the real objects that are in Upland. So it just makes it more immersive. And that's what we're looking to do. That's my elevator pitch, man.
I'll take it. I'll take the elevator pitch and we'll run with it. So I appreciate that. That's a great place to get started. It's a great place to start looking. And I mean, I definitely think it's worth putting the note from the get-go is I kind of put this in the show description is you've done a lot as far as bringing Real Node into different locations or bringing Real Node into different ecosystems, all tied to Upland. And you originally built a couple different projects in or on the side of Spatial. You did some stuff with Unity into Spatial, and then now you're doing that transition down to Nowhere. So you're going to continue to build that community. And I guess we'll start with the fact that, and I really want to put this out there, you were one of the first official dev shops in the game of Upland. You were one of the first immersive spaces that really was trying to have that direct tie with the game. And I guess that's a little bit of congratulations there, number one. And number two is, what was that like? What was the motivation to try to build those 3D spaces? Again, we're talking 2 years ago you were working on this.
It's true, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I'm humbled, man. I had a lot of community members pitch in. It's an incremental thing. It's not something that one person can do on their own. It's something that one person can kind of start. But after a while, you didn't reached out and talked to 10 different people. And, or from a developers, I can name tons of people, man, from Moon Unit to Digi to, forgive me, y'all. Blue Rain. You got even Kenny in the building. A variety of community members that helped out. More Cheese and Ben. I've been a variety of community members. You had Ben, who Ben 68. Mm-hmm. He actually advertised in the gallery. So when I got the gallery, he brought his what is it called? Samurai Aquatics to the gallery. And then I was just about to say it. Cheese helped me with some artwork, which was that was a real picture, man. She pixelated that. That's each individual squares, man. And some people don't believe that she can really do it, so you have to watch her do it live. So More Cheese is an artist to a whole nother level. I was making my way to her. So she actually she made an NFT of me of a real picture, man, and it's phenomenal. She does her own artwork, one little square at a time, uh, one little square at a time. And I've heard people doubt her that she can't do it, but she actually did it live. I watched it. I was like, my goodness.
There you are, right? There you are in pixels. So it's gorgeous. No, and I think that's fun is because this is something you didn't do last week. This is something that you started to build the community and started to, branch out and talk about the community and how you want to build it. And I'll 100% say, when you started out, you didn't come with your own developer background. You didn't come as a programmer. You came as a community builder. You wanted to build something, and then you just had to make everything else fit. Where am I going to build this? How do I build this? Who do I find who has experience in developing to help me build this? And that's something that's to be commended, because again, it was develop the skills and develop the relationships to make what you want, what you dream to happen. You wanted Upland to be immersive. You wanted Upland to have VR capabilities. I remember telling you that's not going to happen, Elijah. Not anytime soon anyways. And you made it happen on layer 2 because it wasn't happening in layer 1 as quickly as you wanted it to.
True. True. But I'm glad Upland gave us the opportunity to do that. They kind of let us, they gave us the opportunity to spread out however we want it. And then when you get with a developer that can actually download the assets directly from Upland through the API download, you're like, we can do a variety of things with the assets that we have. So definitely, whenever I'm building in the real node, whatever platform we build on, whether it's it was another one we used a while ago, and that one actually went out of business. So
what was that?
Blue Rain remembers it.
It wasn't Hubs or whatever, was it?
It was. I'm sorry, you're right. It was Mozilla Hubs. They went out. They dropped. So that taught you to kind of reserve all your 3D objects. Make sure the best way to do it right now is to put them on Google Drive. That's not any sort of advice, but I would put them on a drive. That way you can have your 3D objects if in fact something has to move over, or if you're making some sort of shift.
Keep the masters, keep the copies. Yeah.
Yep. Keep the copies. And we've been building, man.
Yeah, and I love it. And I think what's kind of interesting is to kind of rewind a little bit. The elevator pitch was beautiful. Rewind a little bit. What's the motivation? Because you did have a motivation when you first started. Before you had a 3D space, before you were in Mozilla Hubs, before you were in Spatial, before you touched Unity, you had a motivation. What was the motivation to put together the Real Node LA?
I think I wanted to bring together a community. And I think initially, if my name, Elijah, that if you Google search my name, it means Jehovah is my God. When you Google search what that name means, it just means that when you Google it. So, and my name being truthful, I put God first. And actually, if you go to my home address in my layer 2, I even have a couple Bible scriptures up because I do like to try to connect what I believe in spiritually to what I'm doing. So that's my Upland is giving you the immersive space, almost like the leg room to express yourself digitally. Some people express themselves in artwork and different sort of variations. Some people actually are manufacturing Bible related things. So it just depends on what you want to do in the metaverse. That's the cool thing about it. It can go any way you want. And I think that's what motivates me to build is that level of immersive freedom. It's a whole nother immersive space, man.
And I love that too. But I think one of the early things I remember you doing was you wanted to build this space in the real node so you could give like content creators a space to share what they were doing. That was kind of part of the motivation of the real node, I think, in the beginning. And I think you still have that motivation, creators, whether it's UGC art, whether it's people who have other communities they're trying to promote, to give them one space, again, in layer 2, but also in layer 1 Upland, where they can kind of have a space to be creators together and share what they're doing with others. So, I mean, is that the kind of the origin, or I mean,
Man,
I know,
you explained that very well. Let me give some insight.
yeah,
You definitely explained it well, though. That you're referring to the core of the Real Note LA. It's
yes, yep,
26 properties. That's the
yep,
YouTubers area, and it
mhm,
still is.
yeah,
And actually, one of my YouTube channel is one of my YouTube channels.
mhm,
I did kind of, it's a biblically based inspired channel.
mhm,
So, but it does, it could be anything you want in the YouTubers area, as long as it's appropriate for work. It's not too overly sensual.
mhm,
It's not, it's appropriate for work, because we're going to be bringing our kids in this space.
yeah, yeah,
This space is expanding into the next generation. We've
mhm,
already been here for a few years, and our children, my son turned from a 17-year-old to a 19-year-old in this space. He
mhm,
wasn't old enough for Upland, and then he became old enough for Upland,
mhm,
and started to become interested in actually bringing his. He makes blender objects, and I was telling them that I could actually get these things manufactured into Upland, and as a NFT, so that really does pique his interest, so
yeah,
we're building for us and the next generation.
yeah. Yeah, I appreciate that. And again, it's everyone. Again, I like to love the fact that Upland's a big space. I love that you have your own perspective of what you want your space to be, and I think that's beautiful because if people can come into your space, onto your layer two, and the way you are building your layer two, and know what they're gonna get. Because like I said, you have a very specific focus. You want a variety of content creators. You want people to be able to express themselves, but you want it to fall within this area, and this area of predefined. You want the suitable for work. You want to make sure it's family oriented and open for everybody. And if someone shows up in your space, they know that they can expect that. And
Right.
I think there's room for Upland to have different environments, but I think it's beautiful that you're starting out your environment with a set of rules so people can know what to expect.
Absolutely, man. And that's the good thing about having safe work content. Then you can kind of
Yeah.
get down to the nitty gritty of bringing people real, not real YouTube, but bringing people in that's teaching people things like
Mm,
Blender teachers. You know what I mean?
mm,
People that you have people in Upland now like Dijak and her crew. They teach
mm,
Blender.
mm,
So that'd be cool if they brought that to the core of the real node. If we can rent the properties out. That's what I'd like to do. I'd like to rent the core out.
mm.
One second.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, because
I'd
I
like
mean,
to rent if we can have a smart contract in the future
mhm,
that'll allow us to rent it out. I would rent those properties out at a very, very low cost, only to bring in the best talent and not
mhm,
so much as make it a pay scenario, but actually filter out the talent where people are bringing in things that, hey, this particular house teaches you how to fix your car fast. It's like a DIY fix your car, general things. This
mhm,
particular house will teach you how to mint block explorers based on number. It
mhm,
just depends on the content. And when you're walking in VR and even on your phone, you're
mhm,
looking up at these properties. You can recognize whose property belongs to who. They can actually put a portal out front of it or modify it a little bit. But yeah,
yeah.
man, we want to be. We're gonna say.
No, I just want to catch you right there and say you're already doing that in layer two, and that's a long ways from being something that can be done in layer one. Specifically because it's a long way from being done in layer one. You built it in layer two.
True.
Yeah.
It's true. It's
So
true, but layer one is very important because it always ties back. That's how I get my downloads. That's how you keep it organized. That's how you KYC. That's how you keep the people from coming in and ripping off the whole community because they know that there's certain rules to engage in, and typically a KYC is always the first one, and a
mhm.
KYC Upland account is typically the way to go.
Yeah, exactly. If you can build a community that has some tie to layer one up, when you have some way of locking identity to say this person is this person, and that's how you build your core together to say, hey, instead of owning a specific NFT, which I give out to only certain people, you have access to a certain NFT, aka a property in the game of Upland. And that's how you're assuring people's identity. This person in the game of Upland is this person, the real node, the layer 2 version of Upland. And that's the same person, same identity, putting out whatever content they're putting out. And again, you're codifying that, or you're building that community on the layer 1 map. So when you look in layer 2, you're seeing an actualized version of layer 1, and you're tying the owners of those properties back to the content that can be displayed there.
Exactly. And look, you made an important part at the end, because I invited the whole community to come out, and many people take it to come out and basically claim your property at no cost. If you were to come in and jump in the layer 2 and you said, I want access to my property, you'd be made a administrator. Basically, you'd be able to decorate your property how you want. And the more people that have rights over the area, then the rules kick in of don't encroach on your neighbor's space. And the love thy neighbor effect comes in the metaverse.
Yeah, and I love that. I want to put another part of what you are, as far as you talked about content creation, is you came in a little bit with the content creation of something that you were doing as a hobby, or more than a hobby, I should say. With some of the drone videos, and that was one of the things you wanted to do with. This is 2 years ago, right? Your tie of your YouTube into the Upland space, and you've expanded far beyond that. But how is that still integrated, or is that still a plan for integration, or how are you more focused on everybody else that you're helping?
No, there's so much stuff going on over there.
I know.
If you really start digging into Upland and things get approved, and next thing you know, you got manufacturing, you have this and that, the third. You're trying to do everything. But I'm actually, I'm a licensed drone pilot, so that's something that I do, that I'm doing ongoing. Yeah. So as far as that, I want to bring in that beauty that comes when you're in the sky with a drone. That has to be an NFT. So I'm going to be bringing that as limited collection NFTs, working with Upland, and I may have to burn some sparkle. However, we got to do to make some legit, but we're gonna get some limited legits, just a few, because if you have them, from what I understand, you'll be able to bring them into your Upland home. So they're gonna have some level of utility that'll come with it. But yeah, I do still fly the drones, and I am interested in having my drone artwork. But that was how I got into Upland. I wanted to make drone NFTs, and then when I got into Upland, I said, well, instead of making drone NFTs, I want to have my whole drone gallery. And then it just got bigger and bigger and bigger. And in community, you started seeing how the community help you, and they have like send parties. I don't know if everybody knows what a send party is, but when you get a hold of a new person, for the one person that may not know, is when the new person come in the room, somebody asks them where their one property address is, or the whole room is kind of working to get them at least one property. And then when they finally do get an actual property, everybody's trying to send to it if they're in that city, and they kind of just bombard it with sends, just as a love.
Yeah. No, it's great. I mean, again, there's a whole evolution. You said, and you mentioned it, this idea of the evolution. We started in one place in Upland, and we go into another, and the next thing, and the next thing. And yeah, absolutely, that was something. But I think that there's other ways that you're putting that information out for players. I think that one thing you've been really public about is your journey in putting together the Real Node LA at a layer 2, you working with different parties and how you kind of put that together. And again, you had to be willing to take some work on yourself and learn these other ecosystems, and how do I work with Spatial, and now how do I work with again, I think you looked at Ready Player Me for avatars and stuff along with Spatial, and you're looking at Unity environments to potentially go beyond Spatial. And then now, because of Upland's partnership, Nowhere makes more sense. And now you're going to have to learn Nowhere. So it's really a dedication to learning along the way. But the flip side of that is helping save other people some of the steps by, I know you've been very public about what you've done, and I know you've tried to put together some support when people have help or need help, I should say, or ask questions, and you are there to answer them. So kudos on you. And what's the motivation there?
You can't gatekeep.
Yeah, right.
They're just the basic rules. So I can't remember everything about coding and API connection, but I will tell you what I can remember. I had somebody actually holding my hand like a baby through it. So it's not easy. Website design, man, I'll tell you what I know. Just because the more people that are building up Upland, the better it kind of becomes. Because and I don't know if that's selfish or not, but I think if the whole area is built up, not we want LA. LA is, come on, we know LA gonna be. LA is going to be the premier spot, but we want Queens. We got Queens, Cheese, Bronxdale, Node, and things like that, and your area over in New York with your track. We want those areas to flourish. So any information, we want you to build it up, and I'm gonna come over and get a property over there.
Oh no, absolutely. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I get a Upland is overall, people really help each other out, and I think that's what makes people stick around. When somebody gets ripped off, that thing hits the news, man. It's the news like like the real newspaper. Somebody got their terminal taken. You got everybody combing the blockchain. Everybody getting to the bottom of it, when it happened, how much it happened, how many accounts they have. Whether multi-accounting, all kinds, they're getting to the bottom of the situation, because the community, they care. So, that makes people stick around, and that's pretty cool, man.
And I think, again, one of the things that has scared people off in many cases is, there's a lack of this, there's a lack of gameplay, there's a lack of fun, and that's what expanding these communities does. Is the most successful thing I think that Upland has ever had is the communities that exist that aren't necessarily captured easily in layer one. You've helped, and other people have as well, to build these layer one connections to these other communities, whether it's assets in layer one that are tied directly to a node, or trying to build an area out in layer one that has applications in layer two, like the real node, or like you mentioned, working with other partners who are doing other things in other places on the map, but having their representation back into the real node layer two space. So I'm going to take this opportunity to transition and say, helping build those communities, helping other parties learn along the way, helping get other people into a position of success. Those are all things that are kind of cited or kind of referenced when we talk about something very special that happened for you this year, and that's a nomination for Uplander of the Year. So congratulations on that. And any thoughts? How do you feel? How do you feel hearing that? Because again, I'm not surprised, but what does it feel like to be nominated for Uplander of the Year?
I think it's honorable, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Everybody that pitched in towards it. I think I'm humbled behind it. I think that's the real thing. I think when somebody says something that like that about you, it kind of makes you kind of self-reflect, and just it is a humbling experience. You sit back and just it's more of a self into it. You just look into yourself and reflect and like, hold up. That's not so yeah, it is, I'm even just getting mentioned in that group, because it is a cool group of people, man. Like Relix, you got the names up.
Do you want me to give it to you?
Yeah, put the names up, man.
Well, you want to know the names without even looking? I can tell you the names. We got yourself, we got Banana, we have the one and only Masita, and you know what? You're right. I gotta go back for that fourth name. Give me a second. I'll get there.
It's Relix, man. It's Relix.
It's
Relix. RELIX.
Yep. It is the fourth on the list. So yeah, but Masita, Already been Uplander of the Year, but the nomination process is, you got other Brazilians, you've got other people who are looking to. Bacita's been, with the community.
And Mercedes cool, man. I met him. He's cool, man. He's doing his thing in Brazil, man. I want to get a Brazil representation in the real node, man. I've been looking at Portuguese and looking at different languages, man. Just to try to brush up on it a little bit.
Hop C, hop 2C, get there C, go C, go C, go C. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of Brazilians that are incredible. I mean, they are in their own right in many, many communities. The Brazilian community itself is really a strong one. It is one of those things that we continue to see these new communities, new parts of the world come into the game of Upland. They integrate really well in many cases, but they also have their own community, which I think is great that you're going to want to have some representation there to help tie that community back into your community that you've already been building.
And he's building such an exclusive big community, man.
And I apologize. I'm gonna take the rewind here because I was looking to pull it up. You were looking for Rodrigo.
Rodrigo, I'm sorry.
And I was pulling it up so I could look at everyone's name all at once, and I knew it was Rodrigo because I'm going to have him on next Friday to talk about his nomination for.
Man, that's why I said pull up the list.
He's awesome. He's awesome.
Yeah, let's give everybody a shout out, man. I think everybody, everybody won, man. Just being able to be on that list, man. So that's what's up.
Yeah, absolutely. And talking about Genesis Week, or talking about the nomination, brings us to Genesis Week and ties back in. Last year, when we had booths, it was really exciting to see Real Node LA going to be represented, and it was kind of a letdown that you weren't going to be there to do it. So it's exciting that this year you're going to be able to go in person. It's exciting that you get nominated. But tell me a little bit about your thoughts and your plans and your anticipation for G Week in person, live in person at Genesis Live in Las Vegas this year.
Okay, so here's what we want. Here's what I want to do. Once we get the booth set up, I want to have the community come in and meet some of the people that are on site at Genesis Week in an immersive environment connected to Upland Layer 1 and the Real Node LA. We'll probably meet right outside of the gallery and just have you meet some people that couldn't make it to Genesis Week. Last year, me and Barco were in the immersive environment when Dirk walked around, and as soon as Barco had to leave out, and as soon as Barco left out, Dirk jumped in. So
you missed it, Barco.
But I mean, by like maybe 10 seconds or something, it was wild how fast they just missed each other. But I did get a chance to meet Dirk in an immersive environment. But this time, I'll be there directing them and kind of just just talking everybody through it. But Blue Rain did a thing last year. I mean, she came through 100%. Thank you, Blue Rain. You definitely came through. And she's having her table this year. But like I said, we're all working together as one big community.
Well, the VR goggles last year that again, it was the Real Node, but it was Blue putting on. That was fun for people. It was fun to. There you go. Here he goes. There he goes. Where are you right now? You in the Real Node? You just hanging out there? What are you doing?
I'm here. No, I'm here. I can see. I can actually. I'm in what's mixed reality.
AR.
So I'm in pass-through. AR. Yep. I can actually see everything.
Yeah. It's so cool.
But I'm gonna take them off. We're not gonna go that. We're not gonna go super cyber.
Well, I mean, you could give me a different colored beard if you did it right. You with the right programming, I don't know.
Yeah, it's true.
Glasses. I mean, I'll do that for you, so you don't have to. There we go. We'll change those glasses up so you don't have to use AR. How's that sound? All right. So so as far as Genesis week this year, booth space is exciting. You're going to be able to be there is exciting. You being nominated is exciting. You are going to be able to potentially go up on stage and accept an award. Otherwise, you'll be able to clap for the people who are all deserving, just like yourself, for Uplander of the Year. And that's just the start of it. That's just the start of it, because there's so much else going on this year. I know you couldn't make it last year. I know you're looking forward to being able to represent a Real Node LA, but there's so much more. What are you looking forward to at Genesis Week? Is there Anybody you want to meet in person other than Dirk? Because I think everybody does. Anyone else you're looking at meeting in person who you have a relationship with in the Upland space?
You can make me name everybody, man.
Everybody you can say everybody. You can say everybody in the Real Note. I want to meet you. If you're not in the Real Note, I want to meet you. If you are on the Upland team, I want to meet you. If you think the Real Note is silly, I want to meet you. You know, you can say that. How's that sound?
Here's what I'm gonna say, man. I want to meet actually watching the videos from the previous year. I felt left out every time, and it got worse every time. So I actually want to meet everybody. So if you see me, come by, give me some dap, take a picture, say what's up. Come over to the booth, and don't be shy. I could be shy sometimes, but I do want to meet so many people. Let me name everybody, man. I want to meet. We got Blue Rain, we got Coach Funk, TJ, we got Goldsmith, More Cheese. Who gonna be there? Let me see. We got Prada gonna be there.
Yeah.
Kenny couldn't make it this year.
Well, no, Kenny better make it. I keep telling him you're gonna make it, but he's not going to. But he tells me he's not going to, but I think he will.
I think Barco, if Barco gonna come, man, that'll be cool. I don't know if he if he was able to slip
Come on,
loose and make it
Barco.
out
You
there.
can do it, Barco.
But we got quite a few people, man. My apologies if I didn't name you. But the whole Real Note, if all of the supporters of the Real Note, and everybody else is building, come. I want to meet all y'all. So yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, you saw you jump in the Telegram group. It was like, woo, he's actually coming. That was exciting. See you pop in there. Again, it's one of those things that you don't get the opportunity of very often. You are somebody who's in the center of building these communities. I think that makes a lot of people excited about seeing you and meeting you. And but again, it's your opportunity to kind of bring some of that back into the Real Note. I hope. Are you going to be broadcasting? Are you going to be putting anything in the university? Are you going to be putting anything in any other space to share?
Yeah, we'll probably broadcast from one of these spaces, more than likely the theater, or we have a space coming out. So like I said, the community's changing. As we build structures in the community, the structures have purpose, and the structures have a layer 2 purpose. So you'll see different areas, like you said, the university and things. But as far as broadcasting, we're going to have simulcast happen from probably the theater, more than likely. It's looking like the theater. The reason being is that the smaller the space, the better. The larger the space, the chances of it can crash. So we want to make sure that we have a smooth run space that's fast, and invite the community out.
That's really cool. So what I heard so far is Goldie, start practicing your paper airplane skills right now, because that's what I hear. I hear this as a challenge, so I can beat Elijah Duda and win a sweatshirt, because that's really cool that you have that tie. That you're already supporting other Uplanders in the projects they're working on. What's the booth look like this year? Other than you there with your beautiful beard and some folding skills and some pieces of paper, you're gonna have some sweatshirts to give away. What else are you gonna be showing at the booth this year?
Okay, so this year we're gonna have, as far as giveaways, we have a community member. Many people know her, and she's coming. She came back with a vengeance. Her name, is she here tonight? She didn't make it tonight. Shout out to Imposter. Imposter. She's supposed to be sending Blue Rain some. She makes these like dog tags. She has this laser that can actually laser onto metal, and she has all of these mad collectibles, man. So we're gonna give away some collectibles. The table is gonna actually have VR at the table. We're bringing VR to the Real Note table. Come out and look and see what these assets look like. You'll be able to see map assets in VR and see why, with your own eyes, why VR is important with these assets.
So you get to see them in VR, and theoretically, if anybody's been under a rock for several years, or at least 2 years, they're going to be able to see what you've got going on there in layer 2. Just in general, they haven't seen the Real Note yet. and they can see what that space looks like and what you've built out. You have any cool rollouts? Are you working on anything special in the real node that doesn't exist today that you're trying to build out for Genesis Week specifically?
Man, I just requested from Ready Upland Ready Assets, which is Moon Unit. Well, one of the members, Moon Unit. He does the download, so I requested a download. So it's as of late last night, and basically what I want to do is really jump in. I've gotten what Spatial does is it gives you two options. It can give you a pre-made environment, or you can actually script an environment with Unity. So what I did was started learning how to use different packages and scripting within Unity and using the Upland assets. So I'm working on a new map of the same map, El Sereno. It's always going to be El Sereno. It's a big map, man. And it's to scale. So you're running. If you imagine running a whole little mini city, it could take you 40 minutes if you actually just sat there and ran full speed, or it could take you the whole time, the to scale distance time, because it's the real map. So we're working to scripting different, like I said, we talked about Agency and his Stadium Chasers helmet, and Blue Rain. She's bringing a map asset to Upland. I'm not going to mention it right now, but it's in the mall. But she's going to be manufacturing it. She actually talked about it in her video. So she's going to be manufacturing bus stops. So she can manufacture a bus stop and put your node logo on it.
Ooh.
So it's gonna be pretty cool. Yeah.
And it's gonna be doing that in layer 2, so she's gonna have a layer 1 with a layer 2 tie.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Very cool. Very cool.
I think I'm sorry, I can't be speaking directly for I don't know. I don't know all of that stuff, but I do know that she has some cool map. But she's already showed the map assets. That's why I mentioned it. It's in the Real Node Mall right out front. But we're gonna be working to help her with that too in layer 2.
Yeah. That's really exciting. So that's gonna be. I mean, you got the Blue Rain is actually gonna be in Vegas this year. So that's really cool. Are you representing different creators physically hanging out at your booth? Are you the one and only manning things and holding down the fort? What's the plan when we look at personnel at the booth?
No, man. And actually, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna send out another invite to the community. So if anybody in the community wants to pull up to the Real Node table and bring your product, or come over and community members and come out and hang out, or however you want to do it, it's not gonna just be me at the table. Sometimes it may, sometimes it might not. It just depends how I go. But definitely, you are 100% invited. Bring the product over. Like I said, Imposters sending her product. We got Blue Rain's hoodies, but she has her own table too with stuff. But she's gonna be represented at this table too. And I'm gonna stop by and say what's up to other people's tables. So it's gonna be kind of like a table mixer.
Yeah, almost like it's actually meant to be a convention. In addition to just being winning some sparklet. Go figure.
Right. Yep.
Meet and greet and network, and that's really exciting part of Genesis Week. It's an exciting part for me. I think it's great that you're going to be there to do that. I'm going to go outside of that though, man. We got to go outside of that. What do you want to do? What are you excited for? I mean, are you excited to see what's next in Upland? Are you excited to have that live minting and have the guy next to you minting and have your friend sitting next to you who's trying to mint the same properties as you? What are you looking forward to outside of Real Node showing up and showing off Real Node to people who might not know about it yet?
I see you tried to tap into my subliminal psyche by posting somebody showing me some airplanes and what are you interested? Man, that we sit there wanting one of these airplanes. If I can get one of these airplanes on a hangar. So yeah, that's really been a lot of the talk. And how much of the hangar's gonna cost, how much the airplane's gonna cost, and then the talk of, well, if I can't get this airplane, I really want a cargo plane, because they're gonna release a cargo plane.
Eventually, maybe.
Yeah, eventually. So just the different talks of the different if you can't get one now and then you don't want to, how it is when you can't get, you've been waiting on the terminal. Did you get that terminal?
So this is not official. So with this last sale for these private aircraft terminals, we are supposed to get notified if we got one of the terminals. They take longer to deliver than the properties. I got two of my 3 properties have already been given to me as far as they entered my wallet. I got emails that said this property and this property. I did not get an address for my 3rd property, which means I didn't get transferred to the 3rd property as part of the sale, which one could conclude might mean that it's delayed, aka it's a terminal property, but that's not been confirmed yet. But I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, man, you've been waiting for a long. You know, I've been checking with you for a long time to see if you got one, and
Oh, yeah.
and you want to buy it fresh, naturally. You turn down so many offers. I've even listened to that too. So I hope you get one, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. And again, this is one of those things that's what that sale was, right? And it's not just a fun sale or the way it's structured. Some of those packages or those Prime bundles are still available now. But no, this is not go buy a Prime bundle advice. But it definitely is something that it looks like I might have one, and it's one I've been looking forward to, and it's a part of the game that's exciting. It's a part of the game that's exciting because it ties into this idea of private transport in between areas. It ties into this idea of rewarding status, which again, in some respects, everybody has a place in Upland. In other respects, as you continue to grow and do different things and grow your account and either do it naturally or because you put a lot of money in the game, it is nice to be able to have different access to different parts of the game as you progress in your account size. So the whole thing with the private aircraft is pretty exciting.
Tomorrow is registered for the Vehicles Day.
Oh, it might be.
Vehicles.
It might be.
So I'm definitely, if you want to know now, yes, I'm registering for those vehicles. I have a showroom, and I will be registering. Hopefully, come on, man. Let me see one of those 1Es, the Series 1Es. That'd be so nice.
This year's, you saw the colors, right? You saw the
the
colors. Oh.
Yeah, of course I saw. Yes, I have a series. I have a Mint One Series 1 UK edition.
Yeah. Oh wow.
And that's a nice race up. We need to go ahead and get something nice in tomorrow's package. Hopefully. Come on.
Yeah. So Sunday's the sale. Tomorrow's the registration. Yeah.
Tomorrow's registration.
Yeah, and this is exciting because again, these 1Es are 2024. They're new cars, but I like those colors. That yellow. There's the pretty interesting colors there. Cheese, what are you dropping? What are you dropping there, Cheese? But yeah, there's some interesting things that are going to be in that bundle, and it's nice that we have it. And yes, the right time to celebrate it. So yes, that bundle sale is happening on Sunday, which is an interesting time. I mentioned it yesterday. Is an interesting time to have a sale on a Sunday, but we're having one, so I'll take it. And with that moving forward, again, cars and racing, is that something you're looking to see? We know we're going to have supposed to have the finals as part of the part of Genesis Week for the racing is going to happen live in Genesis Week, so that's something. I don't know. Have you gotten into racing yet, or where are you on the racing side of things?
Well, I'm a part of the ranking board and one of the racing commissioners with the Upland Racing League. Shout out to the URL, Derek and Mass, and everybody over there, Matt Suit over there going crazy. Racing. But yeah, man, I'm definitely getting back into racing. More on the administration side. I just applied for a new racetrack, the Real Note Tour. So waiting. Hopefully that gets approved. And yes, we definitely getting into racing. The Real Note Tour is going to be exciting for go-karts also, because the tighter, trickier, intricate tracks, they are, they're just some serious tracks, but they are fun for go-karts too, because you go a little slower, you get to see more of the scenery. On the tracks, we put like currently on the Ithaca Run, we have a track called the Ithaca Run. We have map assets from different players right there at the starting line. So as soon as the race starts, you see more Cheese's stop sign and her white. I got a white picket fence from R1. So you see her white picket fence and her stop sign and a pink flamingo from Rodrigo. You see Coach Funk's boombox and what is D-Tech? D-Tech gave me the Mint 7 of 7 of his green card, his green golf cart.
Yeah.
So that's sitting right at the starting line. So, you can see it every single race.
Yeah.
So that's how we kind of also support the community members, bring their map assets right there, layer, because that's Upland racing is kind of layer 2-ish. It is off of layer 1, but it springs into a new instance, which makes it layer 2. So bringing their map assets into the racing layer 2, Upland racing.
Yeah, it's kind of fun because again, that's the point of the racing, or the fun of the racing, I should say, is that it is built right over top of the Upland map. You're seeing that it's a little bit different. Again, some of the graphics are a little bit different as far as how those are set, but yeah, I mean, it's bringing whatever is on layer 1 into the it's technically layer 1 racing, but into that racetrack. You see those also represented. You decorate your properties as you choose, and that's what you see as you race around the track. However, those properties, however that neighborhood is currently either decorated when we talk about ornaments and map assets, or constructed when we talk about buildings. So it's very exciting that that's part of the game, and it will continue to see that grow in the game as well. And it is, like I said, I kind of teased you on that, give you the opportunity to put it out there. You've been in a few different spaces, and one of them was, let's put racetracks into this layer 1 area we already have. They're called the real node, and that's something you've built out. But I do want to circle back on, again, the big thing here I want to talk to you about is Uplander of the Year nomination, getting ready for Genesis week. And really, when it comes down to it, you have anything else? Again, I know you couldn't make it last year, but you have anything else you're thinking about when it goes to Vegas? You got plans in the area, or is it like Upland the whole time you're in the city?
Well, this kind of 50% Upland.
Yeah.
50% Uplandish. I do want to do a very epic drone NFT in Vegas.
Ooh.
But the drone NFT is going to be a hyperlapse. So it's going to be about 500 to 1,000 photos that will create about a 5-second hyperlapse. So, and then to bring that into Upland and to put that on the wall, because I have a hyperlapse in my gallery now, but I want one of the hotel, the Sahara. So incoming a drone shot coming into the Sahara. So I looked at to see what type of flight clearance I would need. So you do need to request drone clearance space, but I do have access to do that and get auto approval.
Well, it's like my city, where there's an airport that's right there, and you're under that limited height, and then you have to have approval to have drones, just because again the airport's right there.
Yeah, so you get 200 feet auto approval.
Yep.
And so I'm gonna go for that. I'll probably do a little 175 feet just so they know.
Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely one. I mean, you got the Reed airport, but I mean, you're also not far from some military base. So it's a good idea. It's a good idea to follow the rules, right? Don't need to be in trouble with the FAA. Hey, we don't need to lose a drone. We'll just keep it. We'll keep it kosher, right? Keep it in good shape. So there's a lot of fun places. I mean, you're talking about Vegas itself, but I mean, I don't know if you get somebody to get you out a little bit outside the city. There's a lot of cool things with the desert and everything else. What?
I may go for a walk, man. So on a night, at a nighttime. I don't party, so I'm just gonna take it easy and take it easy.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a beautiful. Like
I said, wait a minute. Now I do work out, so we're gonna be working out. We're gonna be doing dips. If somebody wants to meet me in the gym and we can get it in, we're gonna have a dip. We can have a dip contest, dip DIP. We can definitely get it in and get some fitness and push-up contest, all of that. So I'm gonna be doing some fitness stuff, getting some fitness stuff going on, health stuff.
Jim Tan Laundry says, "Geez, Jim Tan Laundry." Yeah, I like that. I like that because again, I'll be 100% honest. Upland is Upland. I consider it almost everything I'm doing Upland, but when you really look at it, only a part of it is official events. It's also Upland because the people I'm going to be spending time with over the course of 5 days, which is much longer than the Upland event, over the course of 5 days, they're almost all Uplanders. I've got some friends who live in the area and check some of those boxes off while I'm in the area. But it's really about hanging out with Uplanders inside and outside of official events. And I think that'd be great. You find somebody who wants to hang out with you and go find what the gym looks like and go right ahead, have fun.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes because I know we're gonna be. The schedule is tight, man. It starts as soon as I get off the plane. It start. It's like a 4 p.m. Thing on Thursday, and then that runs well into the evening, and then next thing you know, first thing in the morning, you got to be there to set up your show, and then you're there all pretty much the whole day, and then we're racing go karts into the night. So, I mean, really, how much time are you really gonna have? I'm talking about running to the gym for a few minutes. We're gonna be booked up.
Well, you got to get in early, man. I understand that everyone's got a schedule. I'm sure you had your own schedule back in Baltimore, so you couldn't get in too early. But I had to get in there a whole day early, and not even a whole day early. I had to get more than 24 hours before the Upland event starts, and I don't leave for over 48 hours after, or almost 48 hours after the Upland official event starts, or ends, I should say, because I got a lot of other things I gotta be in town to do, and some of them are even Upland. Like literally, Thursday I gotta be in town early so I can broadcast from Upland's offices in Vegas. I mean, there's a lot going on that week.
It sounds like you booked up for real.
I'm booked up for real. Yeah, I mean, it's my and that's a funny thing is we talk about how busy we are in Upland. My physical body, I have to clarify, my physical body is going to be in all these places, and that's just all for Upland reasons. So it's going to be a fun time for sure.
Yeah, man. Sounds like it. Sounds like busy and fun, man. You gonna walk on the strip at all, anything like that?
Walk on the strip. You get inside the building. I mean, this is something you need to know. I mean, I know you live in Baltimore, but it's just Baltimore, man. When you get outside in Vegas, this happens. You just wilt, and then you kind of dry out a little bit, and it's kind of hot, just a little bit. So, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to go out and play in the 115-degree heat this year. I don't know if I need that in my life.
My first time I went to Vegas, I was 18 years old.
Yeah.
I stayed at the Luxor. I won a trip to Vegas selling Kirby vacuum cleaners door to door. Yep, it happened.
Yeah. So you've been out there, and I mean, it's wilt you to the ground temperatures out there.
I've been in February before, and it was hot. It was hot in the daytime, but cold at night, which was kind of weird. So you had to, it just got cold at night.
That's February, buddy. That's February.
Yeah.
We're gonna be there in June.
June. I know it's gonna be hot. I know it's gonna be hot.
Yeah. The 120-degree heat is not a joke out there. It's not a joke. It's hot. But yeah, I mean, again, if you are up for it, if you want to see some Vegas, there's some Vegas to be seen. There's you get up out in the strip, but there's a couple of different places or different places where you can go and kind of see Vegas. Where we are in the Sahara, it's not super walkable, but there's ways to get around. There are ways to get around.
We'll see what a Blue Rain and them doing. We run out to Area 51. No, I'm joking.
You've got a tour guide. You've got a really good friend who's a tour guide. So, Vegas native, anyways, who could show you the city, which is kind of exciting.
I think a bunch of Uplanders might be meeting up. That's why I mentioned it. She mentioned some tour out in the desert or something along that line. I don't know, but we'll see. My flight comes in kind of late, so I may miss it. But we'll get out there and have some fun, man. It's so much to do. I think, and the one thing about Vegas, you run out of time. So that I'll probably run out of time before I had all the fun I was going to do.
Yeah, absolutely. That's it, and that's it. If you're not in town for extra days, you're probably going to run out of time. If you're in town for extra days, you're probably going to run out of time. Because again, there's a lot to do when you're with people that you enjoy spending time with. And I think somebody like you who spent a long time building communities and working with other communities and building your own community, you got a lot of people who are going to be at Genesis this week, and it's going to be a lot of getting to know them in person. So I'm looking forward to seeing you in person.
Yeah, man, definitely.
Yeah. So it'll be a good time. I'm glad you're coming. What else are you looking forward to? Anything else you're looking forward to for Genesis Week? Anything else you want to tell people about when it comes to the Real Node or Elijah Judah, or what you're all about, or what you want to bring into Upland, or what you're looking forward to in Upland? Any of those
Man,
things.
well, just to answer your questions in order as best as I can, I'm looking forward to meeting Dirk and Edon and the founders and people that's been helping out along the way. Hopefully Lizette can make it out. She helped out so much with different account issues and concerns. X1 meeting X1 in person, man, he's always been a big help. And he's been cool along the way. I had a chance to meet him. So just meeting the different people that I've been talking to on stream, which will be kind of a surreal experience. We've had all these conversations, so it's my first time seeing you done it already. So you're like, that may not be as impressive for the first time meeting. It's been all of these years I've been talking to these people and actually haven't seen them in face to face. So that'll be quite a surreal experience. So that's one thing I'm looking forward to. As far as the real node, man, we're growing this immersive environment, man. Matrix sounds pretty cool. So as far as being able to really get into your immersive environment, we're going to be growing with the platform and seeing which direction it takes. Upland is what's cool is that the layer one doesn't change, and that's what makes it. When I say doesn't change, is that your assets don't move around, the board doesn't reset. It every day that you log in, everything is still the same, and that's what allows you to build on top of it. The fact that the consistency of it, like the map lines, the where your structures are. If you move your map asset, then it has to be accounted for, and it'll show up. So the layer one is what's helping out too. First of all, God has been helping me out along the way, first and foremost. But but in addition, going forward and talking about how I've been enjoying the platform, and lately it's been getting better for me, man. Upland been doing their thing. A couple little minor quirks that I would ask if they could implement for a quality of life, like moving multiple assets at once.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what rings in my mind the most. Can we move? Because I was find myself taking a long time moving assets, and I'd like to just be able to click 30 of them and move them. Move them to where I want them to go.
Yeah.
So we're looking for that. But other than that, man, I'm enjoying the platform and its potential. The fact that I've already connected it to two different external platforms. I've already connected these assets to the concept of the assets to Mozilla Hubs, but the actual assets to Spatial. And I'm sorry, not I, but as a community, we work together to do it.
Well, yeah, you work with a community. It's a project that you help develop and build and originate, of course. But yes, that's really cool. So continuing to build the nodes and the node itself, and the project, and then what else? What is the capstone of moving forward or future look like for you? Because again, Genesis Week is all about starts, right? What is starting? What's the future? What's the next year in Upland look like?
I gotta tell you what would help going forward is if Upland released Baltimore. The reason why I say that, if they release Baltimore, Maryland, that gives options for geolocations and mixed reality scenarios.
For you specifically, yeah.
Right, for me. So I can't experiment with mixed reality, nor can I experiment with augmented realities and things like that, unless I need my layer one to be intact, and then I can build on top of it. Right now, I would just be building hypothetically again, like Mozilla Hubs. And we're at the point where I am ready to transition into augmented reality and sit within my Upland asset at home. Sit within your Upland, and we can do that now. But I wanted to, you'll see, man. So if they release Baltimore to give me an option to experiment with different scenarios, and yes, The term node it's like a nucleus, so it's spread. It has outer reaching parts. So
Mhm.
eventually, the real node will reach to Baltimore, Maryland,
Mhm.
and be quite dense.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, as far as Baltimore, we've had this conversation, you and I, before, just privately, not as much in the public. But I mean, my daughter for a period of time was living in DC, so got a chance to meet the city, spend some time in the city, and I'm really happy. You have a lot of pride for Baltimore, and I would love to see it come in the game.
Man, let me tell you. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
There's. I plan on bringing. Yes, I want to, and because there's quite a few people in Baltimore that are in Upland, actually.
Yeah.
An example, you can Google this guy. His name is Larry Wood Up, like Larry Wood Up, right? And that's his name. That's his name in Upland.
Yeah.
And I went to high school with him,
Mhm.
but he's cool with the mayor, and he's cool with different with different people that are pretty involved that would be interested in and what we're doing, man. We're doing something. We're on some groundbreaking stuff. So,
Mhm.
I'd like to see how far different things could go. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Wouldn't promise anything with the mayor, nothing like that. But I'm just saying, I just know,
Yeah.
uh, I know people that know people. No, I'm
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
joking.
Yeah. Yeah. I know people that know people.
I know people that know people. No, I'm just
Yeah.
joking.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no, I think if they did release Baltimore, I think it would at a minimum, I'm gonna go hard and grab a lot.
Yeah.
I know quite a few people that's going. You got Baltimore Ravens, man. This is Baltimore's home of the Ravens, so that's one of our
Ravens,
and yeah,
Ravens, not that. Well, yeah, that's true. But what about the other team right across the street?
the Orioles.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Come
well,
on,
fair enough.
man.
Yes, they are. I've been to Orioles games,
Me
plenty of them.
too.
So
Me
yes.
too. Me too. Yeah, of course.
Do you remember back in the day with the little baseball bats?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
we've definitely been to the games back in the
Yeah.
day, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I'd like to yeah, man. That's some serious areas over there. So I'd like to
Super
admit
is.
that yeah, I ain't gonna say nothing about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on, Upland. Let me that's a FSA
Yeah.
what is it, tier 5, FSA tier 5. Uh
You're talking about Camden. You're talking about Camden, the whole
uh-huh,
area.
uh-huh.
Oh, Camden. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
whole FSA tier 5.
You're fine. Yeah. Sure
keep
enough.
those
Sure enough.
prices, keep those prices manageable, man.
Yeah.
DC
Yeah.
was painful.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
DC
yeah,
was with yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah. No, I'm looking
that's
forward
cool,
to it.
man.
That's
Yeah, me too, man. Me
I'm
too.
gonna call X1 and be like, hey X1, we found our city. This is the one we gotta do for Genesis week. How's that sound?
That's it, man. I'm trying to. If you release Baltimore, I think it, I think it would be right. I think it would be right. We got our own music.
What?
Baltimore has our own. We have our own music, just like DC
Okay.
has their own
Yeah, yeah,
music.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Jamaica has their own music. Baltimore has its own music.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
No, the Baltimore has a music scene. Baltimore has a lot of things, but yes, Baltimore has a music scene. Baltimore has uh, an on-location film industry. There's a lot of things that Baltimore has.
all right, let me stop power shilling for the city, man.
Hey,
And yeah,
Baltimore, beautiful city,
yeah. You know what I'm saying?
the jewel of Maryland. Yeah. What else you want?
As long as they open up the inner harbor, please don't miss that one. That's
Yeah.
essential.
Ah,
That's essential.
I love
Inner harbor and South Point.
yeah, I love somebody who loves their city, and there's no hate on that at all.
Yep.
So we've got Genesis week, literally less than 2 weeks away. You're flying in on Thursday. You're going to be open and available when we have a meet and greet. Again, that's going to be something that Upland's get that center around Casbar. But that's going to be an opportunity to hang out with other Uplanders, whatever your persuasion, because you said you're not a partier. But again, that's whatever your persuasion is. That's a great opportunity to just meet other Uplanders as a pre-event. So you're going to be there. You're going to get to see people there, and then of course all day Friday, lots going on.
You already know, man. There's quite a few people I want to meet, so
Yeah.
it should be cool, man. To see what people's working on and
Mhm.
just to see what other people's talking about. Oh, How did I forget? You know, Dr. Ted's gonna be there, man. How can I
Dr.
forget the
Tim was
mention
there
that?
last year. Yeah, he's something. He's a good guy, but he's something.
Let me see. Curo's gonna be there this year.
Yeah.
You know, he went. He made a lot of moves to get there, but Curo's gonna be there. You got quite a few community members gonna be there, man.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of people. It'll be a lot of people. So it's going to be exciting. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Anything else? Anything else you want to put out there? Anything else? Good vibes or Genesis week or real node shout outs or anything else you want to put out there?
That all of it, man. Good vibes. We're gonna go through all of them, man. Good vibes is like the Lord say, love God with all your heart and all your mind, and love your neighbor as yourself. Real node, man, hang in there, man. This community is growing. You know, even if you're growing a community yourself, you can bring a representation of your community within the real node. It's a large community, so you have other community node members that have whole entire nodes that have properties over there. An example is More Cheese. She has a property over there. And More Cheese, I submitted that racetrack, the Real No Tour. Your property is right on the corner of one of the on the racetrack, man. So I'm gonna send the property map if it gets approved. I wasn't gonna say anything about it, but they opened up submissions. Upland opened up submissions, so I had to jump in there while they were fresh and ready to go. Look for the Real No Tour Upland, and let's see what it can do.
Well,
but yeah, man, that is exciting.
I love it. I love it. I'm gonna do something that. Let's go ahead.
Now, was that everything that I meant? Wasn't there one more thing you mentioned?
I want you to say whatever you want to say, whatever else you had.
Man, just come and holler at me at Genesis Week. Don't let these hoodies are nice. You know,
please get one by Goldie. He's gonna build some incredible paper airplanes.
I'm telling you, but it has to be built on site. Don't come with one pre-built, prefabricated with aluminum foil slipped inside of it. None of that. You know, I'm gonna be watching to make sure you don't put any weights inside of it. You can't have it. It has to be only the paper. That's what it cannot have any tape on it. Nothing.
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised what 140 hours worth of practice is gonna yield here. Watch it.
You can put a rip in it with a rudder and make a rudder, but you cannot put any weight on it at all. And I have the paper, so we're gonna just see how it goes. I'm gonna put a line on the ground if we can. Let me remember the tape. Let me not forget the tape. Basically, I want to put some tape on the ground, and that way we're just gonna go.
I think you've been practicing making paper airplanes for a few years. The way you have so much confidence.
Humbly, yes. Humbly, I'm going to say yes.
Humble, yes. Yeah. Well, you know, I chose paper airplanes. No reason.
Well, it's for the sparkle. It gives you wings, you know.
Yeah,
and it looks like a sand plane. I said, okay. You know, all the sand planes that I Upland, and really, the unsung hero is the fact that Upland sells those sand planes for 99 cents. Nobody likes to admit it. But sometimes you got a couple pack of them. You like, let's get ahead, man. You didn't got to that city release, and I didn't got to a city release with just a little bit of sins. So yes, I didn't grab some sins for $1.
There you go. That's supporting Upland 99 cents at a time. Buy some cents. There you go.
When you're at the city release and you got 3 cents, I bet you won't. I bet you won't.
Oh, I bought some sends. No. There's no hate on send buying. There's no hate on send buying because I've done that a little bit myself. So that definitely helps in a city release. And with that, don't forget city release in less than 2 weeks for Genesis Week. Not for next Friday, the following Friday, live from Las Vegas. If you can't be there in person, you'll be there at home. Looking forward to it. So for tonight, thank you so much, Elijah. We're gonna do the inverse here because I didn't do it up front. All views and opinions expressed by myself, they were mine. They were mine alone. They do not represent the game of the team of Upland. Should be taken as game strategy or financial advice. Elijah Judah, I like him a lot. His views are his and his alone. They shouldn't be taken as game strategy advice, financial advice. They don't represent the game of the team of Upland. They don't represent myself or the Cafe Nightly Show. That's it. Oh, anything else you want to close out on? I'm gonna take one quick swing here at the end, but anything else that you've got other than see you in Vegas?
Yeah, you already know, man. Thanks for having me on. It's a good time as always. Louisville, and I see y'all in Vegas, man. Come up to me and like I said, give me some dat, man. If I'm looking the other way or something like that, I'm distracted. I'm not acting funny. Come say what's up, man. And
There you go.
talk to me about you got some ideas to do in the real note or whatever. Holler at me, man. We talk.
You've got it. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Elijah. I'm going to take a swing here at a giveaway I was asked to do tonight, and I'm going to play it on the fly. So thank you so much, Elijah. Looking
Thank
forward
you.
to seeing you in Vegas. And 2 weeks, buddy. I'll see you in 2 weeks.
All right, man. Thanks a lot. Talk to
Thanks,
you later.
Elijah. See you, man. All right. Thank you so much, Elijah. It was great for the time. I really appreciate it. Looking forward to Genesis Week this year. And he'll be one of the 4 people up there on stage, potentially grabbing a piece of glass for Uplander of the Year. I'm also looking forward to, and this is me with a segue, also looking forward to the other 3 nominees potentially winning Uplander of the Year. Already talked with the one and only Banana, someone I have a chance to talk to quite a bit, but was really happy to be able to talk about Uplander of the Year. I do have the chance, and I haven't had the chance to talk to Basita yet. Maybe we'll wake it work. We've got 2 weeks left, but I do have the chance next Friday, that's 1 week from today, to talk to the one and only Rodrigo. I talked about when we talked about his nomination and all the things he's done with helping other people build their nodes out, just like Elijah. Elijah obviously built his own node and his own gamification layers in the game. But Rodrigo very much more focused on some of the data and the stats when it comes to the node competitions and working with nodes as a community organizer of sorts to help build out people 1, 2, 3, maybe 3 or 4 nodes at this point that he's been instrumental in helping bring to the top of the heap when it comes to the node or the new collection contest with people building their nodes out again on that collection status. So looking forward to talking to him next Friday. And as a little thing that he had asked me to do, I'm going to do it tonight. I will see him next week. But I did want to give him a chance to have a giveaway of what he wanted to give away. So if you're still here, stay. You have a couple ways to participate, and I don't even know how I'm going to give this away. So I'm going to come up with something in about 2 seconds. Boop, 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 boop. You have 3 minutes. 3 minutes to give me, I don't know, make me laugh. Give me the best joke. Tell me, you know what? Let's make it easy. Tell me what you are looking forward to in Genesis Week. I'm going to choose my favorite because I can. I don't need a wheel for that. I'm going to choose my favorite. What are you looking forward to Genesis Week? Drop it in the Upland Cafe and Discord. Drop it in or on YouTube. Drop it on Twitter if you're on Twitter. I've got an answer in already. I like that answer, but we'll get some more answers in here. Obi-Wan, it's good to see you. I'm glad you can make it in. I see you say hi to myself and hi to Elijah. Elijah obviously just stepped out, but yeah, it was great. It was great to see him here tonight. I've got one answer in. I'm going to give 3 minutes on the clock, 4 minutes. Let's go and get 4 minutes on the clock while I go over what we are looking at giving away. And we could talk about 2 projects all at once. That's always fun too. And talking about Rodrigo's, connection with other nodes and helping them get collection status. Obviously, a big proponent and a big builder of the Quailwood node for Rodrigo. And with the Quailwood node, let's see if I can get this back in here. With the Quailwood node, some map assets that he's putting through the Quailwood node and manufacturing there, tied in with Sparkade. Again, Sparkade continuing to build out layer 2 gamification. And let's take a look here, Rodrigo. What are we giving away? So here is a 3D asset or 3D representation, I should say, of the Sparkade base mint. The giveaway here is a set, yes, a set of markers that tell people in layer 1 Upland what is in layer 2 Sparkade. We have a base mine, a colony mine, a moon mine, a planet mine, and an extreme planet marker for your layer 1 asset in the layer 1 game of Upland. And I think if I go and zoom through here real quick, we will see we will see. It's one full set. Looking forward to that. And ooh, I hear mint number 1 is in there. So mint number 1 full set. Get me some suggestions here. Give me some suggestions. Cheese, I like that answer too. I like that answer too. Somebody has to get some other answers in there. I want to give another 2 minutes here, because it is a lot of excitement coming up to Genesis Week. You don't have to be going live in person. You can look at all the things that could be happening in Genesis Week. We've got announcements. We've got a new city release. We've got plenty of prizes that if you're going to be at Genesis Live that you could be claiming and taking home. We have the Uplanders 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your favorite 100, 200 favorite Uplanders could all be there live and in person in Las Vegas. Maybe you'll be seeing an Uplander you've had a 3-year friendship with that you haven't met in person. Orioles don't count. The Orioles do not count, Obi-Wan. They don't count. They don't count because they won't be in Vegas. But unless they are. Again, I didn't look at the game schedule. Are you saying they're going to be out that way and you're going to go take a bus or a car over to the stadium that's not quite there yet? Or what are we doing? I don't know. But looking forward to a couple more answers here because I've got a couple good ones. I see Cheese is looking at all the faces, all those faces, every single one. Obi-Wan's looking forward to Spark. I know people are looking forward to Spark. That's a big one. That's one that between 1 and 5 Spark. Talk to the one and only X1 today on the More Cheeses show, Cheese in the Metaverse. What was really cool was she got X1 to say some things that were pretty interesting, and one of those interesting things was someone's getting 5 Spark, but it sounds like it's a someone. So it's a competition to get that 5 Spark. Everyone who does whatever the minimum requirements are is going to at least get 1 Spark, which is a lot of Spark. 1 Spark just for being live at Genesis Week and doing the absolute minimum, with the caveat that somebody gets 5. And it sounds like people might get somewhere in between the 1 and 5 as well. So I want to get more than 1 Spark, but I am plenty happy that I'm going to get at least 1 for whatever limited number of activities I have to do to get that 1 Spark. And time is a ticking. Time is getting there. I want to go to bed. I'm plenty tired. We're going to flip a coin, because with 2 answers and knowing both of them are people I like and respect. So I'm going to make it easy. I'm going to flip a coin if I got no other options, because I like the faces. I like all the faces, all the people, seeing everyone live in person. But dang, you cannot get over how amazing it is to get that Spark. I got a choke in here, and this side is this side, and this side is that side. This is let's call this the Cheese side, and let's call this the Obi-Wan side, and let's figure out who's going to be getting this prize pack again. Put out by Quailwood, put out by Rodrigo, in concert or in correlation with Sparkade. Ah! Oh my God! I almost lost it. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you want Oreos too? He said Oreos, not Oreos. Cheese. Orioles. Oh my gosh, who is this? We got to do it again. Did I forget? Big side is going to be Cheese. The small side, the littler Prism is going to be Obi-Wan. And then I can actually do this because now I know who's getting what. Woo! Large side, so Cheese. I'm sure Rodrigo will help you figure this out direct with you. I'll let Rodrigo know. 5 pieces of map assets, a complete set, and again, I think you're already in Sparkade, Cheese. I think you're already in Sparkade, so I think that's going to work out pretty well for you. So congratulations, Cheese. I'll get that your way. I want to go. I want to go to the park last year. Great state. Oh, to Orioles, yes. The park in Baltimore. Beautiful park. I thought you were talking about Vegas, which that stadium is not there yet. It'll be there eventually, not this year. But yeah, eventually the park will be there, but again, not this year. And beautiful. So Cheese, I see that you are in Sparkade, so I think this prize is going to work well for you. We'll get in contact with Rodrigo. We will have that sent over your way. And then, of course, looking forward to seeing Rodrigo next Friday. This week, that is going to be the week between now in Genesis week. So next week is the in-between zone. The following week is Genesis week. It's going to be a busy one. Monday is Memorial Day, which is a holiday here in the United States. Because it's a holiday here in the United States, I'm at a special event, and I'm probably not going to be able to run a show. I'm going to see because timing might make it possible. But it is very possible that I won't be able to do so. Also, typically, Upland is unable to do things on American holidays, so they may or may not put any new news out on Monday. Very possible. We'll have to see how that works. And if there is special news, maybe I'll find a way in a little corner after the event before I drive another 150 miles after the event to get home. Just put out a quick broadcast, but we'll see how that runs. But we do have a busy week otherwise. Too Stupid to Win, and Thank Me Later on Tuesday, live in the Upland Cafe with me in the Cafe Nightly Show, also on YouTube, also on Twitter, of course, all those places. And we do want to make those things happen, every single one of them. So we're looking forward to that happening that on Tuesday. On Wednesday, what do I have? We're going to just have a regular show on Wednesday. I think on Friday we get Rodrigo. On Thursday, obviously after the Upix podcast, we'll do another show then too. And I'm trying to squeeze in just a couple more of the nominees for Uplander of the Year, for Designer of the Year, for excuse me, for Broadcast of the Year. You've got half of them, or by the end of the week next week, we'll have half of them. If we can sneak a couple more, and we will, we're getting real close. Again, just over a week away. Monday, the 3rd of June. That is going to be the start of Genesis week. At least historically, that's what it's been. There's been events that start on that Monday, and that's what we expect. On Wednesday the 5th, I'll be flying into Vegas for Genesis week, live in-person event for Genesis Live, and a lot of people will be as well. So we are really on that countdown clock. We really have just over a week before all of the festivities get started. And that's a little bit of time, but not a lot. We're going to get a couple more of these interviews in. And as continued announcements happen, we'll look out for them. And as it was reviewed today, when the one and only More Cheese had X1 on the More Cheese in the Metaverse show, the beans were spilled a little bit. Next week, keep your eyes out for more information on what to expect for the competition during Genesis week. That not only could you win a Albatross 300 plane, which is a great big prize, but there will be more prizes, according to X1, more prizes available for just a general Genesis week than there are in the in-person event. There's so many prizes in the in-person event. There's more, according to X1, in the online version or online event, or the event that's open for everybody in the game, the app, the browser-based version of Upland. And theoretically, if you're going to Vegas, if you're going to Genesis week, if you're going to Genesis Live, guess what? You can win both. You can win both sides. So I'll be participating in Genesis week, Genesis activities all week, starting the 3rd. And then ending on the 7th. And that's going to keep me busy, but we're going to continue to broadcast that week. We'll see what happens Wednesday as I do have to fly in to Vegas. It's going through all my time zones and all of that. We have a live event for Genesis week. We're going to see how that goes for our time zones. But we're very much looking forward to all the excitement to come for Genesis week 2024. For tonight, for the weekend, possibly until Tuesday. Thank you so much for being in here Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. PT, Cafe Nightly Show, Tuesdays and Fridays in the Plaza, every day on YouTube, every day on Twitter. Again, all 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, and then Monday through Friday, always here in the Upland Cafe in Discord. Looking forward to seeing you on Tuesday, if not sooner. Thank you. Take care. If you're in the Upland Cafe, please feel free to unmute your mic. The floor is yours.